My name is Stephen Business Whiskey. I used to work at Brookhaven National Laboratory in Uptown New York. I had managed a data acquisition for S News, or the Supernova Early Win Warning System. Not that it matters now. I'm not a psychiatrist, but I understood what it meant. Several neutrino detection systems around the world feed data to the network. That way, astronomers could prepare themselves before these rare events start. I'm an inaccurable night owl. Nobody at work would schedule a meeting with me before 11 a.m., but once I had started, I stayed until the job was done. It was 7:30 p.m. on the 31st of October. To me, it was just another ordinary Tuesday evening, but to millions of candy-hungry kids, it was Halloween. I never liked crowds or parties. Writing a proposal for an expansion of this data storage rack sounded more fun than the campus of Halloween cake party. As I took a swig from my 2-liter bottle of Diet Mountain Dew, an instant messenger window popped open with a group chat. Somebody from a very measuring site was in the chat. Neurointernal research wasn't as a huge group around the world, but the all research items know that who I am and that I work late. But this was the first time they brought me to a worldwide emergency chat like this. Shinshiro Ongyo at the Super K and Super Kelmodic detector under Mount Inkino in Japan. Message: Steve, please confirm this is Neutrino alert isn't a false alarm. Has everything changed in the network? Our readings don't make sense. I wrote back, Shihiro, is the last maintenance was 4 days ago. Nobody was reported by any faults. All connectivity is solid. What's wrong? I knew an alert meant that more than one station detected neutrino within 10 seconds. That was an incredibly unlikely event. The Ice Cube Observatory at the South Pole rang with excitement when they found 28 extrasolar neutrinos in the 2 years. I pulled up the data feeds. Every single site was jumping. I looked again. It was impossible unless a very close star was going nova. Dug at the halo in the Canada message. Could it be a Halloween prank? I don't know. Observations arrived encrypted over VPN. Dr. Han would be fired, BNL worker, and called the FBI to prosecute. I surfaced CNN.com. They had a video of skywatchers in Red Square in Moscow. No, Halloween trick-or-treaters in Iowa who enjoyed the bright night and parties on Rio's beaches. I became nervous. Could I be the only person on Earth who had secured Team 10's videos on YouTube seriously? The chat messages flew back and forth. One for Piero at the large volume detector in Italy caught my eye. The first line read, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. No, not the Michael Keaton movie. Betelgeuse is a red giant star that the constellation of Orion Rabs named after the giant's armpit. Everyone in the field agreed that Betelgeuse looked ready to go supernova. Comrades, I have been on the phone with the Arctic Observatory and VLT telescope in Chile. Both facilities have confirmed that Betelgeuse has become astrometaphic. They observed the formation of a dense gas shell. Its core could collapse at any moment. Unfortunately, they find no sign of Doppler shift from the gas emissions or from the shell. Everything indicates the axis of Betelgeuse is pointing right for us. It is time for everyone to start praying. This wasn't a panic grim for the ignorant. It was a prophecy by an expert. Earth lay in the firing line of one of the most powerful and dangerous phenomena in the universe, the gamma ray burst of supernova. I thought of a warning to somebody, but who? Nobody would listen. I grabbed my cigarettes and took to the stairs to the basement. I crawled under a large air conditioning condenser. It was cramped by filthy but tons of metal and cooling water around me. I figured I have the best chance. As I huddled under ductwork, I checked my watch and did a few mental calculations. If the burst didn't just strip off the Earth's entire atmosphere, Everything between California and India would be irradiated. Half of the humanity would die. I tried not to open the pack, and I told myself I wasn't smoking. My hands lit up a cigarette anyway. Between pulls, I wondered if I was an idiot. My therapist said I always rationalized an excuse to avoid social events. I was self-justifying again. It felt like being inside of one of those made Bulgaria horror movies from Sci-Fi Channel. I have faith in Piro. If I thought there was a threat, I believed him. After a couple of cigarettes, a flashlight shined my eyes. "You're puffing Marlboros into my hair antlers," Bob from the maintenance said. I peered up at him, and he had dressed in as a pink angel with taffetia wings. "You hiding under there so nobody knows you're smoking again?" "Not exactly. Stink so much, and I smell your butts from down the hall. Smoke outside. The party by the Synchronomicon is rocking. Everyone's drinking cold brews and enjoying the lights. It's a show of the century." He pointed at the window before walking to it. "Will you look at it? The whole sky is glowing now." I craned my head around to see one giant cloud of light with streams of yellows, purples, reds, crimson, and blues. "Get away from there," I shouted. "It's a gamma ray burst." Everything turned into a disco. "It's gamma rays. It can kill you." "Northern lights can't kill you. Besides, it can't be gamma rays. It's not green." I gave up in frustration. The one person I tried to save wouldn't listen. Unfortunately, Bob learned about gamma radiation from Dr. Bruce Banner in The Incredible Hulk. Right after he left, the power failed. I wasn't surprised as PSEG Long Island went out. Even for a small solar flare, overloaded the transformers in Quebec in the 1980s. However, the computing center had a massive diesel backup generator. It would have kicked in when the mains cut out. We tested that a few months or 2 weeks ago. I was alone in the dim emergency light. I smoked half a pack before the show outside stopped. My watch still worked, and I got up in the morning. The little computer inside hadn't fried. This was a very good sign. Maybe my DNA wasn't fried either. Did the Earth have an ozone layer? I looked through the loading dock window and saw a harsh alien brighter than Death Valley in summer and even uglier. The electricity was still out. There was nobody else in the building. Everything was cold and far too quiet. I found Bob's welding outfit and scrounged for rain gear. I covered every inch before I stepped out. Death was everywhere. The trees looked burnt. Dead birds, dead insects, and dead people covered in dead grass. The gamma rays overloaded their nervous systems and stopped their hearts. The dying people were even worse. We must have been in the middle of a giant ozone hole. I watched their skin burn away. A few begged for help. Several had been my colleagues. I screamed and stumbled away. They had already died. They just didn't know it. As I retreated to the computing center, I glanced back up at the carnage. I have no idea what to do next.
What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video. And I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Miss Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, please stay pretty.